The following podcast has been rated Listener MA. It contains strong language, violence, adult situations, nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Sportscast. I'm your host. My name is Scotty Gurman. Alongside me, as usual, I wasn't going to do the Scooter McGurman thing again.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
We're
glad you didn't
say that stupid
thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, alongside me, as usual, I have two excellent stand-up comedians from the Wichita area. First, to my left, we have the 1984 Kingman County T-Ball Defensive Player of the Year Award winner, Mr. Jeremy Joseph.
Good day, Scotty.
What's up, man?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Another day. And we also have another excellent stand-up comedian from Wichita. We like to call him, he's you. We like to call him the Wreck, Mr. Derek Alders. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Good.
Another day. Had a pretty good weekend.
Good.
How about you, you gentlemen? You guys and gentlemen and guys.
And you, Jackman?
Yeah.
You, Jackman, how was your weekend?
That's spectacular.
Yeah,
Overheated up?
Hugh, how are things going? You still doing that thing with the razors in your hands? Is that what you're doing? Is that what's going on? You still that greatest showman, Hugh Jackman?
You and Deadpool still feuding?
Didn't he die? He died in the last one, I think.
Spoiler alert. Fuck.
The
Criminy.
movie's been out for fucking 4 years.
God.
And I never saw it. I just know the ending.
We still don't know what Rosebud was.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Okay, whatever. But anyways, so how were your guys' weeks and weekend?
Well, it was mostly weekend for me. As you well know, I love the environment, right? I march and protest every chance I get, save the animals, stop the deforestation. We want to preserve nature, right? Nature said, fuck trees, I fucking hate trees, and it blew over, just snapped right in half my 30-foot Bradford pear tree in my front yard. The tree was 22 years old, and suddenly, for some reason, apparently a small tornado, literally, my neighbor is an amateur storm chaser, and he looked up the data on it, and the storm, the coordinates that where it formed was in my front yard, literally right there. And here's what's fucked up: it blew over my tree, it blew over my neighbor 2 houses down from me. It blew his tree over, but the neighbors right in between us, their trampoline was fine. Which is good, because I love that fucking trampoline. I'll push the kids right off. It's my turn. My time to shine. This is the only time I do flips.
Welcome to fucking Kansas. Gotta
Absolutely.
Love it. Yeah.
But it just so messed up. It got a little bit of my guttering. It blew a section of my privacy fence down that I was able to just, zip right back up. But yeah, I had a huge mess in my front yard on Sunday morning, and thank God for good neighbors. And by the afternoon, that mess was gone.
You know what cracks me up?
I put it in their lawn.
We have had, like we've said in the last couple episodes, we've had a lot of bad weather in Kansas, in our area, the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't even know how long it's been.
And you're talking about the bad weather capital of the world.
I understand.
And we're sitting here going, this weather's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. But all of the damage that seems to happen is your fucking house.
Well, yeah. I am God's kick toy. He hates me with a passion. And he's like, hey, things are going pretty good for Jeremy. Let's see what we can fuck up this time. Let's just make it a real inconvenience. Mm-hmm. And so now, here's the thing about it. Only people who know me will get this, but the last thing we need is for my wife to be able to go buy another tree. We have a shit ton of Christmas trees already, and I think that's probably going to be her choice, is Christmas tree, which hopefully we can go with a fake one. I'll never have to trim it.
There you go. How about yourself there, Derek?
Oh, I had a hell of a week. Big announcement, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My liver's going to explore free agency. So it's looking for other players, other teams.
Yeah.
Turns out it wants to team up with a healthy immune system.
Right.
Thursday I went and watched Brett Terhune at the Looney Bin. It was amazing.
Yeah.
He was hysterical and the nicest guy. And then I got to talk with him for probably 30, 45 minutes after the show, just bullshitting about comedy, and just a good dude.
Yeah.
And then we left there and got drunk. And then Friday was my realtor threw a giant-ass pool party with like 70 people, a DJ, a margarita machine, a food truck, all in her neighborhood, by the way. This is all in her backyard.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I got drunk. And then Saturday, one of my great friends got married, and I got drunk.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, I actually, after I left the bar, I went over to Jeremy's, and I did a rain dance in his front yard for about 3 hours. And his tree broke. So I think I got that rain dance shit down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It worked, buddy.
Yeah.
It didn't rain that much. That's the thing. Your rain dance just breaks trees. That's pretty fucked up.
Well, apparently my rain dance just blows.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's good. I actually went with you to the wedding, and I came home early because I was scared shitless that my dog was going to destroy my house because of the storm. And
you were actually my date.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so it's either the dog destroys your house or I'm destroying your asshole, buddy.
No.
Which was it?
Both.
No. You fuck sticks.
Whatever. His turds
Flipped
look
a
like
coin and it landed on the edge.
his turds look like Swiss cake rolls right now.
Nice.
Actually, I also had Dave Rickles sent me a text today.
Oh, did he? How's he doing?
He's
talking
doing
about the
good.
Caveman?
The Caveman.
The Caveman.
Caveman himself. He wants me to fight.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
This is the message I got. It said, what's up, man? You wanting to fight August 3rd by chance? I got 45 and 35 opening. Ty Clark and Brandon Phillips if you're interested in either fight. So, yeah. I mean, he said wrong person. Sorry after that.
You should insist. That's a binding contract.
No, I told him, I said, no worries, man. I'll get the shit kicked out of me if the money's right. My dignity died the day I discovered alcohol, so I'm good to go. So I'm telling you right now, Ty Clark, your ass is fucking mine.
Uh-huh.
I will see you on August 3rd at the Civic Center.
By the way, when he means 45 and 35, that means 145, 135.
That's perfect. I got a 100-pound weight advantage on him.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't going to be a sanctioned bout.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will squish his ass.
Don't even wear gloves.
No.
Yeah.
And wear like steel-toed boots.
I'm going to wear a cup, but on my face.
Bring in brass
you go.
knuckles.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, for what it's worth, since you brought up David, today is Tuesday the 25th this evening, and David had his son today.
Yes.
He gave birth to a little boy. Well, he didn't. His wife did.
Yeah.
But
Let's give him the credit.
let's give him the
Yeah.
credit.
Fuck her. She didn't do anything good.
Way to leave it in, David.
Uh-huh.
It always feels better.
Anyways, he named him Maverick, which I thought was pretty cool. He's going to probably be a hell of a lot like his dad, just beat the shit out of everybody when he turns 18.
That
Yes.
kid's going to grow up to be a computer programmer. And everybody's going to stack shit. Come on, Maverick. Let's get some code going. Am I using that term right? I don't know. Do computers use codes?
Either that or he'll be a navigator in an F-14.
Probably.
Yeah, don't hit the eject button.
Hopefully everything's happy and healthy with him, and
So-
congratulations
yes,
to you, Dave.
Yeah, congratulations to you, David. That's
He doesn't
great.
listen.
He's a fucking great dude.
Yep, he is.
He, what was I going to say about him? Something
I don't know.
something really nice. No, he talked a little bit when he was on our show.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was thinking, and I may be remembering wrong, but didn't he say July?
Yes.
the due date?
No. He said end of June. He did say end of June.
Never mind then. I
But-
guess this was about right on time then.
Yeah, about right on time. And the cool thing is that he also did release on his Facebook page that he got a text message from Bellator. So I'm assuming he's already got a fight. He hasn't said who it is with or anything like that yet.
Well, Bellator hasn't texted me yet.
Yeah,
so-
exactly, and they won't.
Well, they got 35 and 45 open.
Yeah.
Two 235 and 245. Can you hang?
I'm in.
Okay.
What if they got that specific up at that high of weights?
That would be retarded.
I got to get down to the 235 class.
I'm trying to get down to that right now. Watch your goddamn mouth, Jeremy.
But
Good luck with
long
that.
story short, it was actually really neat. I actually got contacted by one of the groups I follow is the Bellator News Group, the MMA Bellator News Group, and he shared that David got a text message for a fight, and he said, "Who should he fight next?" And I said, "It doesn't really matter. Whoever he does fight better bring his A game because Dave's gonna kick his ass." And I also said that we had the opportunity to get an interview with David, and he asked me to share it on the Bellator MMA page, which I thought was really,
did
really
he?
cool. Oh yeah, absolutely. Cool. And so our interview is on there. He said thank you so much. He watched it. He thought it was hilarious, and of course it is.
I don't know why he watched it. He was there.
Well, not David,
okay.
the guy that runs that group, but. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of groups, we are now up and running on Facebook for our Unfiltered Sportscast community group. It's a group that I decided it would be a really good idea for all of our listeners, fans, stuff like that can actually contact us a lot easier. They can share whatever they want to, sports related, non-sports related, as inappropriate as possible, as long as you're not, being a dick to other people and being, I don't know, what's the
You can
word?
be a dick to Scotty.
You can be a dick to me, but I mean, obviously, keep it within reason, but
it's with Scotty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everybody just makes fun of me. That's actually the whole idea of this fucking
disgrace
show.
his family.
Yeah.
Here's what's weird is that the group has already invited me to play Candy Crush Saga,
No, that wasn't me.
which I accepted. I declined the invite to get into the group.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a part of that shit.
Of course you did. But so check that out. Obviously, if you're a follower on our Facebook page, you can go and ask to get into the group. I'm trying to invite everybody that I can. Apparently, it limits how many you can invite in a day, which I think is retarded. But whatever. I don't know. But anyways, sports and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Some of that happened, I think.
Some of that happened quite a bit. Yeah. We recorded on Monday, so we had Tuesday on until obviously weeks. We had a full week of stuff going on. The first thing that I noticed was I think the next day, I think it was Tuesday night, we had the NBA regular season awards, which I'm sorry, I'm just really not that into. I think the time when it matters is whenever it's in the playoffs and how good your team did and how well did you carry your team. Which the regular season, I was looking at statistics and stuff like that, and the winner was Giannis. Which I kind of agree with that. I do. The three top picks for the players to win this award were the three top scorers throughout the regular season, right?
They said they had Giannis and Harden. Every voter had either of them one way or the other.
Right,
yeah.
And the other one was Paul George for Oklahoma City. That was the third option.
What was the third one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, there was a third option. And Giannis won, which it just kind of shocks me. That just kind of tells you how much of a team like the Warriors and the Raptors that ended up playing in the finals and going doing as well as they did in the playoffs is because it was a whole team effort and those guys really carried their team. But I don't disagree with it, but that is all I got to say about it because I'm tired of these regular season award shows. I think they're kind of stupid. What do you think?
Well, I got a blowjob off Rookie of the Year of the NFL from Jeremy, so I mean I'm a pretty
That's
big fan
true.
of him. Yeah,
That's true, I guess. All right.
Well, I mean, the regular season is important. It's what most people watch most of the time.
Right.
Sometimes guys just bite it in the postseason, but I mean that doesn't mean you gotta do well in the regular season to get to the postseason.
Sure.
I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, I did.
I'm really informing you.
Okay.
I really have grown very apathetic to the NBA over the last few years. And so
pathetic in general.
Very pathetic. Mostly in the bedroom. That's what my wife tells me.
Right.
She tells me that too.
I know. Yeah, she said you're doing worse than Derek does. And I'm like, I know, because I watch.
Yeah.
I get invited to look at that shit a lot.
What
do you think, Scotty?
Well, she told me both of you at the same time is worse than I am, so apparently I'm doing pretty good.
No, just better than us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that
doesn't still take that
anything.
trophy.
Yeah,
Sure.
congratulate. You're probably a better fucking pole vaulter than me too, Scott.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, that's all
I bet you can get up there.
Yeah.
You're a regular Sergei Bubka. That's
If that's really a pole vaulter, go fuck yourself.
yes.
Jeremy.
I pulled a fucking pole vaulter's name out of my. It's the only one I know. For a long time, he was like the only name in vaulting. I'm in a fantasy pole vault league.
Oh fuck! What's your team name? Over the Top.
Yeah, we wear our hats backwards. It's like a switch.
Yeah.
We turn it on.
Yeah.
And then we arm wrestle.
Yeah, and then you win a truck at the end.
Like what all arm wrestlers are after.
That's
A
right.
truck.
A fucking truck.
Oh, Jesus
That is
Christ.
still the best
No.
arm wrestling movie.
That's because it's the only
ever.
one.
Whatever. That is the Citizen Kane of arm wrestling movies. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. But anyways, Giannis ended up crying and giving a speech, and it was actually a pretty good speech. But he cried and stayed instead of walking out.
He didn't walk out.
He
this
didn't
time.
walk
He didn't
out.
storm out for no
Well, it wasn't
reason.
Giannis that. Oh, yeah, he did walk out. That's right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. And
That's
Embiid,
right.
Embiid kind of did too.
Yeah, Embiid cried and went into his girlfriend's arm, and Giannis just kind of got up and left.
I'm not.
Yeah, he didn't even cry. He just got up and walked away.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm done now.
Yeah.
NBA though, I think the really only major award really is the scoring title and MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Well, they've got
defensive player of the year.
Defensive Player of the Year.
I know all about that one.
They have
Yeah.
Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah,
And then they have like the charity award, the guy that is off the court and helping a lot, his community and stuff out like that. They have that award.
I don't feel like they're as important. Like to me, baseball, like it is important to me who wins the Cy Young award. I think that's important, and I think in a lot of cases, like the year Arrieta won it for the Cubs, you had a reason for Arrieta, and then Hendricks the year after finished like he was second or third. But his ERA was low, but he didn't have as many strikeouts, and you kind of got to balance all three of those and figure out which one's more important in terms of wins, ERA, strikeouts, whip, all that.
I've always believed that wins for a pitcher is the most useless fucking stat.
Right.
It can be.
You can pitch your ass off, and if your team's not winning any game, the
Greinke
year
for
that
the Royals.
Greinke,
Yeah.
the year that he won it, he pitched 2 complete game 1-0 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His ERA was stupid that year.
Yeah, and he won it, but he only had 15 wins.
Right.
Which, usually
Anywhere
you're
else,
looking-
that's a 20-game winner.
And people were criticizing it because he didn't get enough wins, and that's bullshit. He did everything he possibly could to. His team was in position to take the lead at any time. They just couldn't put the bats on the ball.
Right.
That's why I like the baseball awards, though, because you can make a case for multiple guys to win that. In the NBA, I think it's a little tougher to do that.
Sure.
So, and like to me, when Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown, I thought that was fucking awesome.
I did too.
I was excited to see that, and for a little bit, it looked like Trout might be up there this year to try to make a run at it, but he's in the batting average department. I think he's a little ways back, but he's top 2 or top 5, I think, in home runs and RBIs. I think just average, he's about 10 or 12 points off, which I mean that could change.
It could.
He could get hot. It's
Yeah.
it's way early.
Yeah.
Miguel
it is.
Cabrera did it, and then like 5 years later, American Pharoah did it.
yeah.
And so, yeah, that's really, really rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to baseball, we've got the.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of wanted to talk about the College World Series first because the game 2 is actually going on while we're recording, but the championship game is Michigan versus Vanderbilt, which Vanderbilt's actually been there, I want to say like 4 or 5 times within the last 10 years. Something ridiculous, which it's kind of cool because I was thinking about this last night. All of the teams, or these 2 teams that are in the finals this year, they're all teams in the North. We're generally
That's your fucking spot, man. The North.
The North.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Toronto North.
Yeah, so they're all they all play for the fucking Raptors.
No.
And
No.
they're in the College World Series. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That is a fucking multi-sport athlete right there.
Yeah,
That's a
but they
regular
shouldn't-
Deion
They shouldn't
Sanders.
be able to play college baseball if they're already professional athletes.
Yeah.
Somewhere else. That's just bullshit. Scotty.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
up?
So
be fair-
these teams are all the northern parts of the country, which back in the day, like South Carolina has the most, College World Series champions of any other team. But a lot of these schools were in the southern part of the country. And I was thinking about it, is like all these teams are starting to get good that are north of, all these northern country or northern states and stuff like that, northern universities. And I thought it was really neat that Michigan has a chance to win. They won the game before, which was last night, which was Monday night, and then they have an option or an opportunity to actually win their. I don't even know if they've won one before, but I thought that was cool. But the thing that I wanted to talk about with the College World Series was a guy named Luke Smith, who's a pitcher for the Louisville Cardinals.
And the whitest name ever.
Well, that and the guy's got like crazy blonde, slim, shady hair. Only it's like poofy and shit. It's like
I already don't like him.
I don't like him at all.
He looks like Stork from Animal House.
yeah, exactly.
He's
Kind of sounds like Stork from Snoopy.
Kinda.
Woodstock. That's Woodstock. Never mind.
For those of you guys that don't follow, the College World Series, I'm sure you saw some kind of. He looks
kind of like that right there.
No, he looks a little bit more douchey than my Woo figurine.
He looks like if a pedophile fucked a pedophile and had a kid that they didn't want to fuck. That's what this guy looks like.
Oh shit. Anyways,
fucking God.
that's great. Anyways, Luke Smith was on the pitcher's mound, and he was pitching a great game. I think he ended up going, I think 8 1/3, and he went in to the 8th, struck out the last batter, and as he was walking back to the dugout, basically screamed at the guy that he just struck out, which I don't know if the other guy said anything to him or what ended up happening there, but he just screamed at him and said, what did he say? He said, "Shut the fuck up," or he said,
There's a lot of fuck yous
fuck
in
you,
there.
yeah, the fuck you, fuck off, and then he just screamed, go sit the fuck down. Walked off the field, and I was just like, man, yeah, stay classy, right? Good for you. And I'm thinking, I'm kind of a superstitious guy. I mean, I am. The last thing I want to do is create something that karma's going to end up biting me in the ass. Well, he goes out with a 1-run lead in the top of the 9th inning against Vanderbilt. He walks the first batter, gives up a hit to the second batter, and then they end up tying the game. They take him out of the game, sure as shit. Vanderbilt goes up in the top of the 9th and then shut him down on the bottom, and Louisville ends up losing the game. So that teaches you to not be a fucking prick when you're on the bump.
Well,
Yeah.
Given the way he acted, it seemed very... he was reacting to something. They were talking shit, and mission accomplished. They got in his head.
Sure.
That's what they're trying to do. That's why guys talk shit in baseball all the time. They're trying to get that mental advantage. Because, I mean, when you look at, even in college baseball where guys hit over 400 all the time, batter still fails 60% of the time. The advantage is distinctly with the pitcher. Mm-hmm. And the best thing that you can do is try and get in that guy's head and hope you don't take one in the ear hole.
Yeah.
But, they needed runners on base. They were down by a run, and they got it.
Yeah.
And, that kid, based on what I saw, maybe has the stuff to play at the next level.
Oh,
Probably
for sure. I think he does, yeah.
But if he can't learn to keep his composure...
Yeah,
he's fucked.
Yeah, pretty much, because they'll get in your head in MLB. Yeah,
You just had Contreras do that yesterday.
What? Oh yeah,
Yeah. Was it Flowers said something to him first? Josh Donaldson shushed the dugout, and then and then Flowers said something because Contreras, I think he swung at a pitch, and then there was a ball, and then a call. It was 1-1, and then it was a pretty bad called strike for 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
He looked at the ump and said something. I don't know if Flowers was said that turn the fuck around, or
Flowers popped up in the middle, and kind of in the way that Contreras kind of described it as he kind of just came into our conversation and he was kind of being a dick.
Yeah, and so then Contreras next pitch, fucking yard ski.
Yeah,
and he looked and had a couple things to say to Flowers, and then the bench is cleared, and then
yep. And he watched it all the way out. He sprinted around. He didn't showboat until he touched home plate.
Yeah,
when he touched home plate and he came face to face with Flowers, then that was it. But I kind of don't blame the motherfucker.
Yeah.
It wasn't, he didn't show up the pitcher. He didn't do anything to the pitcher at all.
Not like Javi did last week.
Exactly.
What'd
Javi do?
He watched that fucking ball go the whole way out
before he started trotting.
Yeah, he stared the fucking pitcher down, and then because that guy said something to Baez, and Baez like, all right.
Yeah. That's how you get hit in later innings, is that doing shit like that.
But it's goddamn, it's fun to watch.
But when you looked at this pitcher from Louisville, what did he weigh? 115 pounds. I mean,
he had to have been a little bit bigger than that.
Monet Davis
maybe?
would whip his ass. Yeah. I know that.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he'd get knocked over by a stiff breeze. So
especially in Jeremy's front yard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You get clubbed by a tree.
He gets snapped right fucking in half in Jeremy's yard.
Right.
You know what? I'm okay with it. It's a Bradford pear tree. Pears fucking suck.
Yeah. And so does the Bradford Exchange.
It sure does.
Well,
we wish it luck as we do all exchanges, but of all the exchanges, it's probably my least favorite.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think it's won one JD Power Award.
Well, I was kind of thinking about this because we have two instances of certain things that you don't do. They're not written rules; they're unwritten rules in baseball. Yes. And I think that's a good opportunity to talk about some unwritten rules, because it's definitely an unwritten rule. If you showboat a pitcher, and it's especially if it's early in the game. So if you hit a dinger in like the second, third inning, that's kind of an unwritten rule. If you do that shit, you're probably getting beamed at some point in time in the rest of the game. And if it's not that game, your days are numbered, because if it's not that game, it's the game tomorrow.
That or your best player's getting hurt.
Something like that.
Yeah, if you're the 8-hole guy and you hit a dinger, and then the 4-hole guy might catch one.
Right. And it's things like that make the game so interesting for me, and why I love it so much is because you kind of know. I mean, it's almost like getting dunked on in basketball. You know, you got poster eyes is what they call it whenever you go up and you slam in somebody's face trying to block you. It's not necessarily the most impressive thing in the world, but that's when everybody goes, whoo, you know, and freak out and get all.
With baseball, too, the game kind of polices itself.
It
in
does.
that sense.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
They're trying to take that away from them.
I don't think they
more
should.
and more. I don't either. I really don't. It's, you know, there is some professionalism that you got to show.
Absolutely.
And there is some respect, because there is going to come a time where even the best player is going to go through a shit streak. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the worst pitcher in the league could strike his ass out.
Yeah.
So but there are some guys that's just their way. That same attitude is what got them to the major leagues in the first place. They're competitors just like in any other sport.
Right.
This one you might wind up, like I say, with a fastball in your ear.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how it ends up. I mean, there's
Or a foul ball in your face.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope that woman was on the phone. God damn it, I hope she was on the phone when that happened.
You're not talking about the girl with.
Bellinger.
Oh, I missed that one.
Bellinger did one again. Or Malmora did the last one. Bellinger hit a lady. She's okay, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I hope it broke her phone.
I hope I'm not gonna say she was on the phone. I'm just saying I hope she was on the phone, because then I won't feel bad.
She was going through the pictures of the selfies that she took maybe like 5 seconds.
Or that,
earlier.
or she was like taking a picture of her and a chicken finger, like, and then bam.
Chickens don't even have fingers.
Speaking of Bellinger, did you hear about the girl that jumped over like the center field fence and chased him down and like hugged him?
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, briefly. She had her phone apparently or something recording. So you can actually go online now and see the footage of her like running up to Bellinger and hugging him and stuff like that. And he just kind of stand there like all hard, just like, I'm not giving you any attention right now. You're pissing me off.
Back in the 80s and 90s, they had the kissing bandit. That was a thing.
Organa.
Organa. Yeah. I remember her.
They did a 30 for 30 short about her.
They did.
She's had them reduced.
Thank God.
It really did fuck her back up.
That's
real
like
bad.
slapping God in the face with your tits.
Kinda.
Yeah.
If God's into that kind of thing, I don't know.
That's just mean. But yeah, that happened. But the other thing I was going to talk about was for 3 straight games, 3 rookies hit walk-off dingers for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
They're good, man.
I know they're good, but do they win a fucking World Series this year?
They're 0 for 2 the last couple. I mean, they're due. It's like the Braves. Remember the Braves in the 90s?
Yeah, they only
won
won
one.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were there every fucking year.
But they were stacked, man. They had Smoltz, they had Maddox, they had Chipper Jones, they had Andrew Jones,
Avery.
They had Tom Glavine as well.
Fred McGriff. They had Chipper Jones. Yeah, they had Javi Lopez. They had everybody.
That team would rival most Yankees all-time teams.
Oh yeah,
That was a fucking amazing team.
That was
I want to say like 95, 96, that lineup, it could have beaten probably the American League All-Star team.
Absolutely.
Most years. It was
Mostly
ridiculous.
would have been the National League All-Star
Pretty
team.
much.
And they did it the right way.
Yeah.
They built their team up, or they got him as, I
They
guess,
got-
Maddox was a Cub.
Yeah.
But they got him
they
very
had,
early.
They had Dave Justice on that team,
Wait,
too. I
Yes,
think.
that's right.
Maddox was a Brave and then he was a Cub.
No, Maddox was a Cub, then he was a Brave. Maddox was a Cub in 1988, I believe.
Okay, so he was a Cub first
But
and
it
then
was-
went to the Braves and then went back
It
to the
was
Cubs.
pretty early in his career. I don't think
90
anybody knew what they had. with
No,
him.
92 he was a Cub, and he was good with Chicago. They just didn't want to keep. They didn't keep him. I forget why.
It doesn't
They
surprise
let him
me.
walk.
It doesn't surprise me because the guy could barely throw hard enough to break glass.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he changed speeds, and he was fucking pinpoint location.
Pinpoint.
and-
But
Javi
you can't
Lopez.
see that on a gun. Like when you're timing somebody's pitch, they're looking at your speed as one of the things being that's important. And maybe at the time,
ERA was still probably, I think,
right,
number one.
Well, I agree with you there, but I honestly think that maybe people are just like, eventually they're going to figure him out, and he doesn't throw that hard, and they're going to just start rocking him. They're just going to spraying him around the field. And as we know now, he was one of the best and not very fast pitchers of all time.
Yeah, he was a 20-game winner in 92 with the Cubs, and then he went to
won.
Atlanta.
Then he went to Atlanta.
Yeah, and he had a 2.18 ERA his last year as a Cub.
So he was still a stud.
Yeah, he was a fucking stud.
But yeah, there was that year they played. Who was it that they played? Would it have been the Mariners with Randy Johnson? No. No, in the World Series.
Oh,
They played somebody who had Randy Johnson, but people were saying that Randy Johnson would be the third or maybe fourth starter in that
on that
rotation.
Braves team. Yeah.
Yeah, they had 3 guys who won, what was it, 6 or 7 Cy Youngs in a row.
yeah.
It was
stupid.
Yeah.
How they only got away with one World Series just baffles me.
Well, and
Yeah,
they let
that's
it get
always
to
surprised
Canada
me.
twice.
Huh?
They let it get to Canada twice, motherfuckers.
Uh-huh.
They got it. They got it in '95. is when they won it.
Right.
The Indians, right?
I'm trying to find it.
I believe so.
For what it's worth, folks, we do, I'd say, about 75% of this show off the top of our heads, going off of just stuff that we remember.
They can tell.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Indians.
Yeah,
Good job there, Jeremy.
I know.
But, yeah.
I'm very good.
Anyway.
Another baseball thing I'd like to talk about.
Yeah.
The Rays
Going to Montreal?
splitting between 2 cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dumb.
Okay, first I've heard about this.
You haven't heard about this?
I have not.
Okay, there is a possibility. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. But
No, go ahead.
There is a possibility that the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Rays, not Devil Rays.
Oh, I guess they're not the Devil Rays anymore. They're the Rays. But they will be splitting home games from Tampa Bay and Montreal. So they'll have a home field in Montreal and Tampa Bay, basically because they can't sell out a single fucking ball game in Tampa Bay right now. And so they're thinking maybe if they move back up to Canada, they'll sell more tickets.
It could be free. It could be free hooker night, and they're still not selling out that
Exactly.
game.
Okay, well, Montreal kind of showed they don't support baseball.
Correct.
Up there, so that won't do you any good. And here's the thing is it's not that people in Tampa Bay don't want to support them. From what I understand, the layout of that stadium, as far as access to it, it's the dumbest fucking thing ever. There's like one access road going into it.
Oh,
so
fun.
going to it is a fucking nightmare. And then here's what's really fucked up. You know the inside of that stadium, that weird dome where they've had to make special rules where if you hit the top.
What are you talking about
at Tampa Bay?
Oh, in Tampa Bay?
I thought that was Minnesota.
No, I thought
No,
that was
if you
Montreal.
hit different levels of the rafters up high, if you hit the very top one, it's a home run. If you hit like the next one, it's a ground rule double.
All right, that's
And
stupid.
It is because they made the fucking stadium so stupid. And it's not like it was there for other shit. They built it for baseball. They know how far baseballs got hit and how high they go. I could see in Minnesota with the what was the Metrodome there. They had it for football and other shit. For the shit in Tampa Bay was only for the Rays. Mm-hmm. And like when they went to the World Series, they couldn't sell out.
Yeah.
Because of the shit access to the stadium. Not that
Right.
people didn't want to. I mean, it's not really a baseball town anyway.
Right.
But, Montreal isn't really either.
Yeah.
Well, part of it, their lease with that. That's what I thought. It's their lease doesn't expire till 2027 for that stadium.
So they're kind of restricted. They kind of have to stay there.
Yeah, I think their pigeonhole is going to be, or the lease going to kind of pigeonhole them and keep them in Tampa. But to kind of argue your point about the access, though, the Marlins don't get support either. Mm-hmm. And the Marlins, granted, they're bad this year and they were bad last year, but before that, I mean, when they had Stanton and before Fernandez decided to go do coke and boat,
Yeah.
they still couldn't draw.
Yeah.
And they were probably the best. They were the best. They've won 2 World Series.
2, yeah.
And they were probably the best team in the East.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
Yep,
and they still couldn't
Marlins.
draw. So I think it might just be that Florida doesn't fucking care. You've got spring training there.
Which is crazy to me because, I mean, you've got spring training there. You've got the Florida Gators that for a long time was a huge college baseball,
I think you fucking get them both out of Florida.
I think you kind of have to keep one.
I don't.
Yeah, let's get rid of the Marlins and the Gators.
But I don't think. I mean, I think it'd be cool just for nostalgia to go back up to Montreal. But
yeah.
Montreal didn't support him either. He's correct. So where would you put him? I mean, Vegas. I think Vegas might.
Vegas might. That would actually be a pretty good spot.
I really don't support the idea of professional teams in Las Vegas just because it's so easy for corruption to get to it.
Well, they're talking about putting
corruption.
sports books in Chicago outside of Wrigley now.
Yeah, I know that they're loosening up with the sports betting laws around the country, but it seems like your hardcore gamblers, especially ones with mafia ties, are still in Las Vegas, and they can get to those players. That's just for me. I don't.
So where would you go?
I don't know. Maybe Phoenix. No, they've
got the Diamondbacks.
They got the Diamondbacks.
Fuck Phoenix. San Jose is too close to San Francisco.
They got California has
Memphis?
3 teams. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Portland. Maybe.
That's up there by Seattle. I don't
I mean,
know.
they'd have to reconfigure.
I think
Oh
somewhere,
yeah, they'd have to
divisions.
draw division lines. Yeah.
somewhere Midwest-ish. I don't know. But
Hey, how about Wichita?
No,
I'm
we
kidding.
don't have enough people.
I know we don't have enough people.
I don't know if OKC even has enough people.
Yeah, they would. I think they would be okay.
You think they'd support it though?
Probably. They've had the Oklahoma City Red Hawks for quite a few years. They may have changed the name, but they have one kick-ass minor league stadium down in Bricktown.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It's fucking cool. But
Yeah,
that
but
may
minor
not be
league
bad.
baseball is supported by their major league counterparts.
Sure.
They don't rely on fan support.
Yeah, and then kind of fuck us because then who's going to be our team? Well, I guess
It'd still be
it'd be Miami.
Yeah.
It'd be the Marlins, but it would depend on where they would go.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know where you'd put it. I mean, it's kind of hard to.
Unfortunately, I think you have to keep one team in Florida.
Do you go to London? I mean, they're playing games there.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's actually what we were going to talk about next. Is the London series. Could it be a ploy to try to see if there's going to be some kind of interest in baseball?
It's possible. I think it's very possible.
Because let me break down something here right quick. Okay, they are going to have the very first. They're going to have a game over in London in a stadium that was barely large enough to be able to fit a ball diamond.
Is it Olympic Stadium? Is that where it's
I
at?
believe. I can't remember.
That's where they play next year.
Okay, that would make sense. But
That would still make it bigger than Yankee Stadium right now if it's barely big enough to hold the stadium ballpark.
right. So they're going to play in London. It's going to be the Yankees and the Red Sox, which is one of the best rivalries in Major League Baseball history.
And we're there next year.
And then
Cubs
Cardinals. So that has me thinking, because that would probably be, in my opinion, if not the best rivalry, the second best rivalry. So you have the two best rivalries going to play in London 2 straight years.
Who would London's rivalry be? Hygiene?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dental hygiene,
dental hygiene.
braces,
Yeah.
bath water. Anyways, so I have a feeling that this is kind of something along those lines to maybe test out to see if a baseball team in London could possibly be a thing.
What the fuck for? Your travel expenses alone would be out of this
Through
world.
the fucking roof.
That's a hell of a bus ride.
Yeah, exactly.
And, okay, we beat those cocksuckers in a war. God damn it.
That's right.
And baseball is a very distinctly American game.
But it is the World Series.
Exactly.
Fuck the rest of the world. there are players from at least a dozen different Hispanic teams on my shit fucking team.
Yeah.
From a dozen different Hispanic countries out there. I mean, there's the best players in the world come to the United States. So it's still, you're still getting the best teams in the world. Nobody, even the Japanese, they're considered somewhere between AAA and Major League.
That's
But
true.
they would
4A, yeah.
still
they're
get their
4A.
ass kicked.
I would guess. Yeah.
I know every year some major leaguers go over there and play against them, and they lose most of the time to the Japanese. That's by design. Mm-hmm. What good would come from going over there and kicking the shit out of their heroes?
Right, exactly.
So it's a spectacle. It's a what do they call that? An exhibition event, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not trying to win. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean. You're still getting the best teams here. But nobody in London gives a fuck about... You'd have better luck putting a major league team in Japan.
Probably. But,
God, you talk about a bus ride there.
yeah, no shit.
Well, you can actually go the other way across the Pacific, and
What are
it's
you
probably
gonna-
closer than London.
What are you going to have, like the Nagasaki Bombers? Is that going to be their name? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
The Hiroshima radiation?
Oh, come on now, Scott.
That's
don't know.
fucking
It
insensitive.
sure is. The Bombers, that's a good idea.
The three-legged dog. Yeah, so to prove the point of I really don't know if it would ever work out, they actually had a group of volunteers are going to help run the game for Boston and New York in London. And there was an American guy that was basically brought over from the States to teach them how to sing and what words to say for "Take Me Out to the Fucking Ball Game."
That's going to be interesting
Did
to hear
they
with the
put that
British
fucking
accent.
in there?
Yeah, take me out to the fucking ball game. I can't do it in a British accent.
Cunts
Yeah,
at
you
the
can't.
end.
Yeah, cunts. But even with the words up on a screen, there's actually a video of this. Even with the words up on the screen and the American guy helping all of them, it was awful. It was so fucking terrible.
But
They
it's
don't even have Cracker Jacks.
on the
And I'm
Their
assuming
teeth look like they eat nothing but
Cracker Jacks. That's right.
Their
on the
teeth
bright
actually
side.
look like Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, it looks like fucking caramel melted over their teeth.
It'll finally
Their
be a
teeth are so
goddamn.
delicious.
It'll finally be a goddamn Red Sox game where you don't have to hear "Sweet Caroline."
That's
so
true.
That was worth it all in its own.
Fuck yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But this is also what the major leagues are deciding to try and do is they're also going to have, in I think it's Milwaukee, they have the hot dog race, the race that's
Yeah.
all the way in the outfield.
Yeah.
They're doing something similar in London. They are going to have, there's 4 characters, and I'll try to remember, Winston Churchill, Loch Ness Monster, Freddie Mercury, and King Henry VIII. They're going to have the same damn race.
One Scottish thing and then the rest English.
Oh, it's
Maybe.
all Britain.
Yeah, it's all the UK is the whole idea.
yeah.
Yeah, they're having their own deal. So they're trying to American/British it up to get
Yeah.
more entertainment. And I'm just
Why are we sending the top rivalry in all of baseball? That's the most fiercely competitive rivalry in baseball.
Right.
You are guaranteed sellouts at every game of that series.
Absolutely.
I don't even know who's at a home game for. Is it?
Next year it's for the Cardinals.
It's
Is
taken
it?
out of somebody's schedule.
That's why the
their
Bears
home
didn't,
games.
That's why the Bears didn't want to play in Canton this year. Because they were going to make the Bears use a home game and at like 15,000 fans instead of the 30 or 40 that they typically draw.
Oh,
So the Bears declined that game. Sorry,
But that's
to
a
get off.
preseason game, isn't it?
No, that was going to be one of their home games. They wanted to do that for the 100 years. They wanted them to play in Ohio because it's the 100-year celebration, and the Bears are one of those original 100-year teams.
yeah.
And they said no.
And you know what? I just now realized this. Do you realize that the Cardinals played in Mexico this year too?
Did they?
Uh-huh. I can't remember who they played against. I want to say it was
God, I wish the cartel would have got them.
You're a dick. Have I told you that before? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they played in Mexico, and now they're playing in Europe. Do you think they're trying to take those 2 teams out of Florida and put one in Mexico and one in
I
Europe?
don't think Mexico would be bad.
I don't either.
But again, you're talking about. I think that'd be worse in Mexico than it would be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be way worse.
Yeah.
There would be
Access
some
to
definite
drugs and
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of shit. I
Yep.
mean, performance enhancers that are made out of mule piss. And
right.
You'd probably get piss from the Triple Crown winner, from
Probably.
American Pharaoh.
Yeah, probably.
And people injecting it, they'll do anything to stay in the
Or
league.
from Miguel Cabrera, whatever, whichever way
Yes.
you want. Yeah, you get
I'd
his
like to
piss.
see a foot race between American Pharaoh and Miguel Cabrera.
Okay. All
Can we set that up?
maybe.
And Dave Rickles has to fight the winner.
Deal. Oh, let me get a hold of Dave.
All right. He's probably busy with something today. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Probably. I'm going to call it right now, though. I think it's going to be a huge failure over in London.
I don't think it is.
You don't think so? I think the whole reason why they've got the 2 best rivalries is try and get as much hype and stuff like that around the game. But when it's all said and done, I don't know.
This series will be a real success because it's new. It'll be a novelty. And what is it, 3-game series?
2.
2.
I think
That's not even a fucking series.
Saturday, Sunday, I believe. It's either Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's time change. Who knows?
Yeah, who cares?
But yeah, and that's another thing too. If they were to put a team over there, can you imagine the time difference fuck ups?
About 6
that's
hours.
really gonna fuck with people. If going from West Coast to East Coast fucks with people,
Yeah.
going over to London's really gonna fuck with them.
It'd be an Eastern Division team. It'd have to be the
it'd have
AL
to
East,
be.
the NL East. Yeah.
But the other thing is like it's different during football season. You ask, well, okay, well, a whole bunch of football teams go over and do it. Yeah, I get that, but they play 1 game a fucking week.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
So you're
they ship them over there on Tuesday, so they have plenty of time to adjust,
to adapt. Yeah,
and then we get a football game at 8:30 in the morning.
yeah, which is kind of fucking cool in my opinion.
Kinda.
but
But you get people.
You get a football game at 8:30 in the morning. I get to see what happened with my fantasy players when I wake up at noon. Sure.
that's right.
But people are just there. Most of that is like foreign stationed American soldiers
Yeah.
and shit. Because you see every fucking jersey.
Yeah.
There. They just want to see some American football. They're
yeah.
tired of these dickheads bouncing shit off their head.
Yeah. Yeah. That ain't
Wearing
no
their
shit.
fucking shin pads and their big high socks. And, they're tired of it. And so, yeah, it's real football, the kind they don't play with their feet.
And I want to eventually get back to baseball, but I wanted to talk about this whole fucking shit with soccer real quick. Yeah, we're going to do it. Okay, I had a conversation with somebody because we're sitting here, we're talking about the UK and how much they are into soccer. Mm-hmm. And I got into
The whole world is into
the whole world is into soccer except for us, basically.
Yes.
And we had the same conversation with David Rickles. We said the exact same thing. We said every single country that competes in soccer are lucky because if our athletes wanted to play soccer, we would fucking murder them. We would beat the shit out of them. Don't look at me like that.
I don't think so.
Oh God, you're out of your damn mind.
It would really beef up some of the Hispanic countries' teams, for sure.
Well, you was just talking
Dominican,
about how
Cuban,
baseball,
yeah.
all the best baseball players come from other countries, just like soccer. I think it'd be
Right,
the
but
same
when
thing.
you're talking basketball, football,
Football, those athletes. I'm talking those guys. If those guys wanted to play soccer because they got paid more to play soccer, then we would probably have a pretty goddamn decent soccer
John
team.
Kruk played American baseball at the major league level. That's the kind of athlete you need to be for that. He couldn't have played football.
Right.
You get some linebackers and running backs and wide receivers and shit out there just running 1,000 times faster than anybody else out there.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll destroy them.
You think these guys that are soccer players are just sprinting across the field and they're just going so much faster than everybody else? It's like, listen, motherfucker, if we had some of our top star athletes playing fucking soccer, it'd be a joke.
I don't think so.
Why? We dominate in every other sport, every single one. Every single other sport.
Every single real sport.
Yes.
I was gonna say,
I mean,
not
I'll
every
even
sport.
give him.
Gymnastics.
I'll even give him baseball.
sometimes.
Baseball can be competitive,
Not in
especially
tennis.
and
Really?
Yeah,
You think the Williams sisters?
tennis?
Federer and Nadal. Nadal's Italian.
You're really going to come at me with fucking
I'm
tennis
saying
right now.
it's not every sport. We don't
Okay,
dominate. In
That's
every
not
sport.
a fucking sport.
Tennis is a sport.
No, that's what.
Play it.
Huh?
Play it.
No.
Yeah, it's a fucking sport.
I like women. I'm out. I don't want to play tennis. That's for some rich guy that like has his own country club and goes and plays on a tennis court with his wife.
To me, the only thing that's not a sport is golf. Golf and NASCAR are not sports. That's my and bowling.
Golf is pretty fucking hard.
No, tennis is fucking way harder than golf.
That's the only sport I've ever seen that
Not a sport.
it's so difficult to hit a ball that's standing still.
If you can play 60 and drunk, it's not a sport.
I can't.
Oh, well, you can play tennis drunk. You'll get beat, just
Right.
like you'll suck at
Golf.
I mean,
That's right.
Golf is a little different. It's a whole different animal, but it relies much more on precision,
Right.
and technique rather than physical ability.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean,
Wow, we're getting off. We went from baseball to soccer, now to golf.
Yeah.
Long story short, going back to soccer, the women are in some World Cup thing, right? And this is my example of why I think the way that I do is because name me a professional women's sport that they would get paid or get compensated for as good as they perform on such a high level. Give me two, because I can name one off the top of my head, and it's my favorite women's sport I can watch.
tennis.
Mud wrestling.
No.
Oh.
As compensated. My answer was MMA right off the bat. That is my favorite women's sport to watch. I love it, and some of the best women athletes fight MMA. That's why I love watching it, and it's entertaining as hell. But the other thing is, like, what? What are you going to do? If you're a college softball player, there, I'm sure, is a professional softball league. You've seen it on TV. Good. That's awesome, because I haven't. Like, there is not one.
Right.
The WNBA, I'm sorry,
I don't know how that's around.
it's a joke. They've got more sponsors on their jerseys than their actual fucking team name across their chest. You see where I'm going with this? But with the USA women's soccer team, guess who the best women's soccer team in the world is?
We don't know yet. We'll find out here.
That's exactly what I thought. See what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that you take the where the money goes is where your best talent's going to go. And right now in the United States, it's not soccer, which is why we suck at soccer. Is because we don't care. That's all. I mean, that's my point.
You took all that time to say that Americans don't care about soccer.
Yeah.
no fucking shit.
and the UK doesn't give a shit about baseball.
You wasted the listeners' time.
I am so sorry, but I
wasted
fucking
my
hate soccer.
time.
I fucking hate soccer.
I have yes, Scotty, and you're right to do so.
Yeah.
But you didn't need to list all that shit,
I kinda did.
because it really doesn't boil down to men or women's.
Yeah.
Soccer sucks.
Soccer does suck.
Soccer is a shit sport that if they figured out pick the fucking ball up, maybe you'll score. But it's the dumbest fucking thing when a team can absolutely fucking dominate another team and still have a tie game.
Yeah, it's true.
And nobody scores because it's so fucking hard. I don't discredit their athletic ability or the skill level that it takes or their strength or stamina. You made the game too fucking hard by insisting that they do it with their feet. And so it's just 90 plus minutes of guys running around kicking a fucking ball, and that's all it is.
Yeah, I'll give them credit for their stamina, but that's it.
Another sport where Americans don't dominate is hockey as well, and there's a lot of money in hockey.
Yeah, but
we do not dominate in hockey.
Okay,
we have great hockey players.
Sure.
I mean, Wayne Gretzky. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even think he's American. He's Canadian, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
My main difference is like the United States team was so bad this year that we did not make the FIFA World Cup.
It's usually there is no World Cup for men's this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it's every 4 years.
Okay, I'm sorry. We didn't. We're not going to.
They have their own
2-2.
They have their own.
And men.
They have like their own tournament.
Okay. We didn't even make it. Is my point.
Yeah.
In hockey, though, we've got to be at least a top 5 team every single year because
I don't know that we're top 5, top 10.
Sure.
But we're not. When you look at Olympic stuff, you're not necessarily getting the best American athletes. A lot of them don't want to go risk getting hurt to play for free.
That's true.
So a lot of times you get the second tier American players. But hockey is also, it's one of those so regional sports. Most people who develop a love for hockey as a little kid, they do it on frozen ponds and shit.
Sure.
And there's, you get south of South Dakota and you don't find places that are frozen that a lot of the time. I mean, there's places around here that will get frozen.
Not good enough to stand on.
Your mom will whip your ass if you go out there. I fell through a frozen pond once when I was like 12.
Right.
And that is the holy shit. I mean, it was like getting stabbed in every fucking nerve in my legs.
Right.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
My mom encouraged me to play on those things.
Oh God, Gordon Bombay is not driving out in his limousine on the ice that's here.
My mom's like, go play on the thin ice.
Believe that shit?
No, I
That
thought
he
it was
did that.
great.
But yeah, you're basically stuck to your north and northeast
Yeah.
as far as developing people for it. There's a lot of similarities for physical wise, the tools you need for hockey and for football. And if we didn't have football, and those guys became hockey players, they would probably be pretty fucking good at it.
I agree.
But they don't.
Maybe. Okay. Moving on from whatever subject we were just talking about, bouncing around. I wanted to talk a little bit of NFL because we're counting down the days for NFL football, but more importantly for us, we're counting down the days to fantasy football. I'm fucking excited. But the first question I had to both of you is, are the Browns hype or for real? Now, if you think they're for real, how far are they going to go this year and why?
I think they're for real, but I can't answer that question. How far? They're going to win the division.
Make a prediction.
They're going to win the division, and they'll get into the playoffs. But I wouldn't have guessed that the Rams were going to make the Super Bowl last year.
No, would I?
So I can't. I mean, it just depends on how things work out. What kind of rapport that Mayfield can build with Beckham. If everybody stays healthy all year, and there's a lot of ifs in every facet of the game in every sport.
Yeah.
I would say at least they're a playoff team, and they win the division, which makes you a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say they at least win the division, and from there, I think it's a crapshoot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're still probably a season, maybe even 2 seasons from being a serious championship contender.
Okay.
But I do think they'll make the playoffs this year.
I think
they are a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And I think that they can beat anybody on their best day.
Right.
But I don't know that they'll always have their best day.
Yeah. we all agree. I want to say that I think that they will make the playoffs and they may actually even win their first game. For all I know, depending on looking at the schedule, which we'll get closer to and be able to dive into that, but I think they fucking may have one of the better records and actually get a fucking bye, possibly. But I don't want to say that. I think that I'm going to call and say that they make the playoffs and then they win their first game as long as they're not a bye team. That's what I'll say.
I know we've talked about some of the additions they've made. Did they lose anybody?
Not a whole hell of a lot. They still have Nick Chubb as a running back. They've got 3 awesome wide receivers, which one of them I can't remember his name, but they got Landry and they have OBJ on the outside, and then they're gonna. I think
they have Kareem Hunt.
They do have Kareem Hunt, but he's going to be suspended for I think 4 games.
8
games.
Yeah.
8 games. Okay,
They
sorry.
lost a lineman, I think, and I forget who it was.
Which that is kind of the hidden key to every team's success is
Right.
offensive line.
But I think they're just going to be. I think they're going to be like the Kansas City Chiefs were last year. It was almost like they just couldn't be stopped. And here's the reason why. I think they are going to put so much emphasis on OBJ and Landry on the outsides that you cannot stack the box. And I think Chubb is going to get good yardage. If he's the one running back, there's toss-up, I believe, for that job. But Chubb right now is a favorite. But I think that they will have a solid fucking offense. It's just the question of whether or not their defense is going to be, how good is their defense going to be?
Yeah, and I think Baker Mayfield is good.
Mm-hmm.
He's not Patrick Mahomes.
No.
He's better than Dak Prescott.
Yes.
But I don't
Speaking
know
of jokes,
that I would necessarily put him in the NFL's elite quarterbacks. Not yet, anyway. Till he proves it.
I'll go with you on that. I would say, okay, I'd say top 15. I would not say top 10.
Okay.
Is where I think Baker will end up.
And, he had a pretty good year this year.
As a
Last
rookie.
year, yeah. What's to say he doesn't come into this season with a big fucking head?
Yeah.
And
Sophomore slump?
Yeah. But I know there's been some issues with some guys not showing up for, optional preseason training camps and shit like that.
Optional, though.
And he has he's stepped up and shown some maturity in the way that he's addressed the issues when talking to the press and stuff. He hasn't been going off on guys. So he has shown some maturity in that respect. But, it's going to be very interesting to watch him.
Yeah, and he actually kept his part of the bet with Saquon Barkley for winning the Rookie of the Year. Got him a custom made.
He sucked Eric's dick?
Exactly.
Wow.
No, I got him a custom made freaking diamond necklace that
I
says
saw that
quads on
picture.
it. And then last thing for today, I wanted to hear your guys' top 3 wide receiver predictions for the season of 2019-2020.
Predictions?
Predictions for the top 3 wide receivers by the end of the season.
Oh, I was going to say, I've got predictions, but I don't know about top 3. One of my predictions is that Antonio Brown isn't going to have a very good year this year.
Yeah, I agree.
You want my prediction?
Huh.
Pain. That's Rocky 3, everybody.
If he dies, he dies. Rocky 4.
Yeah, that's right. If he dies, he dies.
I still think Hill's going to be among one of the top wide receivers.
Tyreek?
Mm-hmm.
Even after being suspended?
Even after being suspended 4 games.
That's ballsy.
Maybe.
That's ballsy.
I still think he will be. I don't know if I want to put Beckham up there yet.
I kind of do. That's
Do
my
you?
number 3 right now.
I just feel like when those guys switch teams, that the guy from Michael Thomas I would put up there.
And that's one of mine.
And then, I'm trying to think who else is out there.
I've got mine.
We'll go with yours, and I'll go for my third one.
Okay, I've got Michael Thomas. I've got Julio Jones and OBJ.
No, I wouldn't put either of those 2.
I am putting a lot of faith in Julio Jones. I think he got the touchdown monster off of his back because after he had, I think it was like 4 or 5 straight weeks without a touchdown.
Oh,
last
DeAndre
year.
Hopkins.
Hopkins
I'm putting Hopkins
gonna
up there.
put
Ooh, damn it.
Hopkins.
All right, I'll take Julio Jones out and put Hopkins. I agree. Damn, that one escaped me because
Hill, Thomas, and Hopkins.
Watson's going to come out and he's actually going to be healthy this year. He's going to be fully recovered, and I think he's going to have a fucking stellar year.
Who's the dick that plays for Green Bay?
Aaron
Devontae
Rodgers
Adams.
or Devontae Adams.
Adams, because Rodgers really doesn't have much
Anybody
else.
to throw to? Yeah.
So I think he's going to certainly get targeted a lot.
Before Rodgers breaks his fucking leg.
How do you
He'll
really
play through
feel,
it.
Derek?
That's what's going to happen. He's going to break his leg on a face mask.
Okay,
That's what he'll do.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
All right, so
And does it have to be wide receivers?
no, you can put tight ends in there.
Because I would wonder about Travis Kelce.
I was getting ready to say, you fucking Chiefs fan.
No, I just really think that he's that nice big target that
I agree.
Mahomes can count on. If he can stay healthy. He gets hurt a lot.
Not as much as Gronk. What week does Gronk come back into the
You also
Patriots
got to
roster?
look at Schuster
Yeah,
because Brown's gone.
yeah.
So-
That's a good
Yeah.
fucking point.
Oh, and
Smith Schuster is a good one.
never mind.
Good talk.
I was going to say what's his name from the Cowboys?
Amari Cooper.
Cooper, yeah.
No, he still has Dak Prescott as a quarterback.
He
Yeah,
does.
but he was phenomenal with him last year.
I hear you. I know I'll get a lot of hate from the Cowboy fans, but I'm sorry. He is not your $30 million. You know what? Tom Brady did it right. He's getting paid like $22 million a year to be one of the best quarterbacks to ever live, and I hate saying that, but it's true. But he's not asking for all kinds of. He never asked for this ridiculous. I mean, it is a ridiculous amount of money, but it's a lot of money. But
Yeah.
not $30 million for Dak Prescott. $30 million plus for Dak Prescott.
Yeah, we talked about that last
I know we
show.
talked about
That's a ripoff.
That is stupid. But now you got New England Patriots doing it right. They spent a whole lot of money on their linemen to protect him, and guess what? You got 6 fucking rings out of it, you pricks.
And he can play until he's 50 if he wants, probably.
Probably because he just doesn't get touched.
Yeah.
That's how you win fucking Super Bowls. God. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the NFL. Mm-hmm. I'm ready for that to come around.
Oh, by the way, you're out of the league this year, Scotty.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Fuck you,
We're getting
bro.
we're getting rid of everybody who didn't make the playoffs
Yeah.
this last year.
Fuck you, bro.
Shaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, my Leonard Fournette pick worked out great. Leonard Fournette and Julio Jones. Julio Jones, I think, was my number 2. No, I think I took Julio first. It doesn't matter. I did terrible.
I still think that guy is a wide receiver desperately in need of a quarterback.
Julio Jones?
Julio
Yeah.
Jones. You don't think Matt Ryan will turn it around? He had. Okay, here's the deal. He has good seasons, and then he has a bad season. Then he has a good season, then he has a bad season. So I'm thinking last season, and I'm thinking this season, maybe.
Well, the season before that, he had a shit season.
Right.
So
The
he's
season
had
before
bad
that, he
seasons.
had a great season.
Yeah,
He's had bad
right.
seasons 2 years in a row.
He made it to the Super Bowl the year before. Mm-hmm. That's when the Patriots came back from 28-3.
No, it was Eagles and
3 years.
Patriots the
Oh,
year
that's
before.
right.
So, yeah.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah, so he's had 2 mediocre wins in a row.
Okay. Maybe he'll come on back.
Yeah, maybe, but probably not.
Okay.
That's just where I'm at on.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyways, you guys.
Actually, no. The best receivers in the league are going to be whoever Nick Foles is thrown to.
Man, I hope he does well.
I do too.
I hope the Jacksonville Jaguars, because beginning of last year, they were considered a Super Bowl contender. The Jaguars
That
were
defense,
because of the defense.
which was terrible this year.
It sure shit was. I think they had a couple guys hurt though, which is why they weren't all that great.
Right.
And Jalen Ramsey was dog shit this year.
Yeah.
Fuck the NFL. Football sucks.
Yeah, and go Colts.
Let's root for soccer.
But anyways, let's end on a positive note.
All right.
Back to baseball. Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, probably not going to be all-stars.
Oh, they will be.
God damn it.
The coach will pick them.
That's fucking bullshit.
It's like being the coach's kid.
I know. I didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to leave that out because I was really, really excited about that.
The fact that
I
they
wanted to
didn't
end the
get
show on a
voted
good
in,
note. Huh?
The fact they didn't get voted in, and they don't have the numbers to warrant it to be an at-large pick.
Yeah, points out that they're all assholes. They're fucking pricks that nobody wants on their team.
Well, it doesn't point that out, but it just points out
They're
that
not
for
that good.
once, usually the fans will vote that in anyway, just on name.
Uh-huh.
It's a popularity contest typically, and they didn't win this year.
No, they didn't, because they're draining GMs for shitloads of money and not producing, like
Right.
we said they would.
Yeah.
Good call, boys.
Yes.
All right, well, let's do. You have a show coming up here. Well, I guess it'll technically be tonight.
Yeah. Is this dropping tomorrow?
Yeah,
So tonight, it's the night.
yeah.
Too many Jeremys. And there's still some tickets available. I know some of you are sitting there. You're waffling back and forth. You're like, I don't know if I want to go. You're fucking going. Don't fuck around.
You're getting VIP tickets.
Yeah, you're going to buy VIP. And, if you're listening to this today and you haven't got your tickets, you fucked around too long because now the price has gone up. They're $2 more. And I can't do nothing for you. They're not giving me any comps or anything. But would still love to see you all out there.
What if your name's Jeremy and you go to the show?
If your name is Jeremy, you get in for free, and we might give you some stage time. Probably not, but maybe. But no, it's going to be a fun show. I did a little show a week ago just to kind of get back in the groove of things, and it went really, really well. So I'm feeling good about the set I have put together.
High heels and G-string at that show?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you looked good.
Thanks.
You're welcome, man.
Thanks, man. I've been working out pretty hard.
Yeah, you can see it in his calves.
Thank God they give you hand wipes to clean the pole off.
The thing is that the loony bin is within the city limits, so I got to wear the pasties, and I'll probably go tassels.
Look like your man tits just graduated.
Absolutely.
Nah, good job.
But no, it's going to be a fun show. There's going to be 3 really funny comedians and me, and so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't looked forward to doing stand up much. As I retired, and then I would come back to do favors for people, but this one I'm really looking forward to.
That's awesome. That's good.
It is awesome.
And you don't have any shows coming up, do you?
Nope.
Not yet. Okay, so you're taking a little bit of a break. Good for you. Mm-hmm. Good for you. Now you can concentrate solely on the show.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do.
All right. Well, that's all I got today, gentlemen. So there's only one thing left to do.
Here's the thing, though, Scotty.
What?
Is that tomorrow I've got this show, right?
Right.
I got to work all day tomorrow.
Fuck.
I'm going to be tired.
You're going to be fucking drained, bro.
What can I put in my body through one orifice or another that's really going to juice me up and give me the energy I need to do another 30 minutes?
Jeremy, I'm really flattered, but I have to work tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm flattered.
I mean...
That's right. Oh, there you go. You got you can drink a Strike Force, let it go, and then just splooge in his mouth. It works.
Oh,
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That'll actually put a little bit more salt into it, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, you can definitely take some Strike Force if you'd like.
I could.
Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
Strike Force is a additive for it's an energy drink, but basically it comes in little packets that you can put into a bottle of water. They come 10 packets to a box. They have 4 flavors. They have lemon, orange, grape, and original, which we call Nick Foles. Mm-hmm. Basically it's fruit punch. That's basically what it is.
Which is what Nick Foles tastes like.
Exactly.
As I've said in previous episodes, if you ever meet Nick Foles,
lick
him a lick.
But StrikeForceEnergy.com is where you can find that's a very good product. It has no calories. It has the same amount of caffeine as a regular cup of coffee, and it also has no sugar. So it's a very good product. I've got friends in the military that have been using it for years and swear by it. And the best thing is they ship all over the world. They can pretty much ship anywhere worldwide. We even said that they could get a polar bear to ship it to Antarctica, so give it a shot. But make sure you use the promo code No More Cans. It'll take 20% off of your first full order. Give them a shot at StrikeForceEnergy.com. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Derek, what do you think it tastes like?
I bet it tastes like freedom.
I do like freedom.
Damn right.
I'm a very independent guy.
Yeah.
Whenever my wife isn't feeding me or changing my diaper, I'm very independent.
Well, do us a favor, guys. Make sure you check us out on Facebook. That's mainly where I'm paying attention. At the Unfiltered Sportscast on Facebook. There is now a group, like we said at the beginning of the show. Do check the group out. You can, I'm probably going to invite you one way or another, but if not, ask to join the group. I'll get you right in. It is going to be just a community of us. You can share whatever you want to share, say whatever you want to say, or whatever you want to say, and you can communicate with us directly. So that way, if you have a question, want to say something, want to talk about something on the show, it'll be a little bit easier, and that way we can all talk shit and become friends all at the same time. So it's a pretty good opportunity for you. Check that out at the Unfiltered Sportscast on Facebook. You can also follow us on Instagram, which is Unfiltered Sportscast. Same thing with YouTube, our YouTube channel. We record all of these episodes, and you can see how ugly us three motherfuckers are on YouTube at it's Unfiltered Sportscast, no "the" in front of that. And then Twitter at Unfiltered Crew. So do check us out. But that's all I got. Anybody got anything else?
Should we ask the fans to donate razors?
Yeah.
Because you can't seem to afford them.
No, I think I'm going to keep this for a while.
Fair enough.
For what it's worth, if I shave this motherfucker, I look like I'm 12.
Yeah.
That's true
That's
statement.
what he's into.
Oh,
Now,
then I'm definitely keeping it.
But
At least you have something to grab onto.
now you look like a 12-year-old with a beard.
All right, fine. No, I'm not going to shave it, so
All right.
deal with it, bro.
I don't want to have to buy razors. Can we get you to donate some razors?
Yeah, for what it's worth.
I
Maybe,
keep it nice and clean and smooth.
maybe
I'm
like
a gentleman.
maybe like Dollar Shave Club or something like that would sponsor us.
I doubt it.
Maybe. You never know. All right, guys. Well, do us a favor. You guys are our advertisement. Do us a favor. Tell your friends. We do this show. We love doing this show, and we love hearing that you like it. If you do like us, please do us a favor. Tell your friends. And if you don't like us,
Walk your fat ass into oncoming traffic.
I'm going to try that again. If you don't like us,
Tell your enemies.
all right, guys. Until next time.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Until next time.
Take that filter off and make it dirty.
We'll see you guys. Take care.